thanks to the supporters of channel member Harold Rotmo. Well, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Wembley in the playoffs. It'll be fine. Hello and welcome to part 77 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, it is the playoffs. We face Billericay, who finished 6th in the league. We have beaten them twice this season, beat them home and away earlier in the year, I think. Let me just double check. I did check before, but you know what I'm like. I probably misread it. Billericay. We beat them 1-0 at our place, Dulwich Hamlet's place, in November. And then we've beaten them at their place quite recently. Beat them 2-1 just 4 matches ago. So you would like to think we'd be in with a pretty good chance. But, of course, because of the nature of how the playoff works, they come into it off the back of the boost of the win in the previous round. So they've already played in the first round away against Hungerford and beaten them on penalties. We've had a week off, and now they come to us. And then the winner of us against Billericay will face Dagenham and Redbridge in a triple threat in the final after they've knocked out Horsham in a semi-final while the first round was going. I don't understand how this is. Very confusing. So they're going to be rested as well, even if we get by Billericay. Let's get by Billericay. This is the team. You know the team. We don't have any other players. It's Jacob in goal, a back four of Tete, Hughes and Devine, a back three of Tete, Hughes and Devine, Scott and Hayball as the wing-backs, Young, Scoward and Boland in midfield, McLennan and Thorne up front. We have started to think in terms of contracts for next year. Boland has been given one because he only wanted £30 a week, so he's had his contract extended. Nobody else has. It's going to depend what league we're in. Hopefully, we'll be in the National League. Wouldn't that be a thing? Oh, and we've scored straight away from the corner. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. Devine, 8th goal of the season for him. And that's what we're supposed to be doing far more often than we do. It's Scott with an in-swinger. It's a perfectly placed corner, and Devine rises above the defender. I actually thought it had gone wide. That's why my reaction was so delayed. And goes into that far bottom corner underneath the goalkeeper. We're 1-0 up. Just shut up shop from here, gentlemen. We've got 5 defenders on the pitch. Just don't let them have the ball. That's the simple solution. I don't want to see a highlight in the 4th minute after we've scored in the 2nd, especially if it's one where Billericay are having a shot. But, of course, they didn't score at all in the previous round. 0-0 against Hungerford. So, fingers crossed, the fact that we've scored already means that we'll beat them. That's what I'm hoping for. I'd obviously very much like a second one. If we can have another corner, please. Or a free kick. A free kick works. Hayball with the in-swinger. It's not quite gone as far into the area as I would have liked, but Thorne's been brought down, and I think we've got a penalty. And this could be huge. If we can convert this, it's going to be McLennan to take, our top scorer. If he can make it 2-0, we're getting closer. Is the final at Wembley? No one knows, but that's his 30th goal of the season for Callum McLennan. And I'm not going to say I'm confident, because I'm never confident in the playoffs, but we are rarely 2-0 up after 16 minutes in them. So fingers crossed, things are looking good at the moment. I certainly don't want the heartbreak that we had last year. I'd rather not be in the playoffs than go through what happened last year again. But at 2-0 up after half an hour, we're feeling pretty good at the moment, and Billericay not really getting anything going at all. Not had a shot on target yet. They have now had a shot on target. But can we have a third, please? Give us another corner. Let's have a third. Let's just keep doing goals. That's not ideal. Young is injured. We'll bring on Hamilton for him. Hamilton's actually on his way out of the club. We've accepted an offer for Hamilton. He's been here a couple of years, never really established himself as a starter. We're just delaying his outgoing transfer just to keep him around for the playoffs. His incentive, if he wants his transfer to go through, is for us to lose today so his transfer can be completed. So, didn't think of that when I brought him on. Hopefully, he's not thinking of that either. He's got great hair. I'd like to think a man with that hair is not capable of that kind of thought. Maybe he is, though. Oh, maybe I need to have my hair cut like that. It's a great haircut. They've got him behind us on this left-hand side again, and it is Hamilton chasing back. And has Jacob made the save there? Or did that just come off Tete and go over? I'm not quite sure what's happened. Either way, Billericay have a corner. If they score here, that does put a dampener on half-time a little bit. But Tete, I think, I've been headed that clear. It says in the commentary it was Scowen. I'd find that hard to believe that Scowen got up above Tete, but they've got another corner. Let's just defend this one as well, shall we? Corner comes in. The aliens are here. Somebody's got it headed clear, and now McLennan has got the chance for a counter-attack, and he's got Thorne ahead of him if he wants to use him. Hayball's gone flying past on the underlap, and we've got 4 minutes here. We don't have to rush. There's time added on. We gave the ball away, though. Now we will take the half-time whistle, please. Apparently we won't. Still 2 minutes left. It's another highlight. Once again, starting with Billericay. Hamilton wins the ball back, but gives it straight back to Billericay, and they're trying to build from the back now. And kick him. Just somebody kick him. Who is that who's not stepped in there? Bowling. Why did he just step off the guy and let them carry on attacking? That's very upsetting. If they score from this, I'm cancelling his contract extension because that's just upsetting. Tete to Scott. There you go. We've intercepted. Back with Tete again. And he plays it forward, looking for Thorne. Can't find him. And it's coming straight back at us. Scowen tries to intercept, but gives the ball straight back to them. We are struggling to get hold of the ball here, and they are in, and they have scored just before half-time. It's exactly what we didn't want to happen. Now we're going to have a complicated half-time conversation because we've struggled. Those last 5 or 10 minutes of this half, Billericay have really got back into the game, and we have struggled. But we're 2-1 up, so fingers crossed we can hold on. We want to go to non-league Wembley. Right, we've got a corner. It's Hayball to take. The big boys are lined up at the far post. It's going to be an in-swinger. Divine's there again. And there's a 9th goal of the season from Divine. It might not have been working all season long, but it's starting to click when it really, really matters. A 9th goal of the season now for Divine. We're 3-1 up. We're doing it the big meaty boy route, which is usually my favourite route. And we're 3-1 up, and fingers crossed that kills off the Billericay resistance. Half an hour to go, 2 goals to the good. Just don't mess up from here, boys. It's not that hard. Just don't mess up. We've got another set piece. It's Bowling to take now, and he's just going to get it into the danger area with the big boys again. In fact, he's looking for McLennan, doesn't find him, but it falls to Hayball, who's gone past his man. It's lovely work from Hayball, who shoots, and I think he's won a corner. Let's have another in-swinger, and let's have a Divine hat-trick. Hayball. This time, I think we're loading the near post. So Hayball's going to whip it in there and doesn't beat the first man. I don't know why we bother with the near post one. It's Hayball trying to play it back, looking for Tete. Can't find him. Billericay get it clear. But importantly, we had the ball during that highlight. It wasn't just us trying to get it back off of them. Everyone seems nicely rested. I'm not going to make any changes. We've obviously had a week off while they've been playing a first round match, which presumably went to extra time and then to penalties. So I'd like to think superior fitness levels will start to have an impact the longer the match goes on. We certainly seem better rested than we have at any other point of the season, not having to make any changes at all there on 70 minutes. And I don't want to weaken the squad by just bringing on players who aren't good enough to start. Our squad's that thin. We might make some changes in a minute. But it is Billericay with the ball. And this is what happened at the end of the first half. They started to get back into it and we started to struggle. So it might be that we need a little bit more energy in our midfield, maybe, to get us over the finish line. We have got Hogan on the bench who could come on and do that job. Hayball's been sold short there by Divine. But luckily, between the two of them, they get the ball back. And now it's with Jacob. Jacob, very risky ball to Tete, but we are building out from the back beautifully, and McLennan has got in behind. McLennan plays it across to Thorne! It's 4. That's that. There's your rubber stamp. 4-1 in the playoff semi-final. It's never been this straightforward for us before. Is this the year? Are we actually going to win a playoff? Wouldn't that be a wonderful, beautiful thing? 57 goals now between McLennan and Thorne. It's been a fantastic partnership. At the moment, I think McLennan's out of contract. I haven't checked. And obviously Thorne goes back to parent club. So we are going to have to come up with something new for next year, but it certainly worked well this year. We are going to take off Scowen, bring on Hogan. Bowling can go in there. And I think we bring on Joe Lowe as well for his physical presence for the final 10 or 15 minutes. Just get another big boy on. He's almost sitting in front of the other two, kicking people rather than sitting behind, cleaning up the way Hughes does. Lowe's playing as a stopper just in front. And like I say, anytime they come anywhere near our half, just kick them. Doesn't matter if you take a booking. I'm not disgusted if he ends up getting himself sent off. as long as he stops them getting anywhere near our goal for the rest of this match. 4-1 though, it looks like the job is done, and it is going to be a playoff final triple threat, Wembley versus Dagenham and Redbridge. Is it at Wembley? It's not at Wembley. Where is it? It's at our ground? We're the home team. Okay. That could be significant. So just the one change for the final. Young is out for 6 weeks. We've ruined his summer holidays. Mrs. Young is fuming. Dagenham, we've obviously played them twice. We haven't lost to them, though. They also haven't lost to us. A 1-1 draw earlier in the season, a 0-0 draw later on in the season. And suggests we're quite evenly matched, doesn't it? Please, boys, go out there and win the playoffs. Do it for your old pal Kev. Hogan's not really fit, as you would expect for a guy who's not really played. But with Young injured, we don't have any other options. So get out there and do a football. Goodness me, look how many fans we've got in. I wonder how many of them are Dagenham fans. Obviously, we're playing this at our ground, but I don't think we've got anywhere near 4,000 fans. Surely we've not let in more Dagenham fans than Wembley fans. That would be quite the money grab. But a very short-term money grab, because we'd earn more money by getting promoted. And we've got more chance of getting promoted if we actually have a home advantage. I mean, I'd need to look at a map. There's every chance Dagenham's closer to Dulwich Hamlet than Wembley is anyway, so it might be more of a home game for them, especially if they've got more fans in and they've taken the lead. This is not the start I had in mind, to quote the in-game commentary. We were caught napping there, apparently. It's not really the time for napping, boys. If we could not do any more napping, that'd be super. Devine has gone straight through his man there, but I don't think he's given away a foul. That was napping as well. Right. Demand more. Yell at them. That's 2 instances of napping. I don't care for it. We're going to go attacking. Do something different. Because we've not had a shot yet. We've had a shot. There you go. We go attacking. We immediately get a shot. That's management. But we haven't had a highlight. Oh, come on. Can we please? I would very much like to get promoted. I don't think I've tried just saying please before. Football Manager, please can I get promoted? I hate the playoffs. I'm not having a very nice time. I'd like to not have to worry about it. Right, it's a corner. We do have a nice time from corners. He's looking for Devine, but can't find him. And it comes out to Thorne, who tries to play it back in. He does find Devine this time, and now it's with Hughes. Back to Devine. Devine's not the man to do this second phase build-up play for us. Hable into Hogan. Hogan slots it into McLennan. Surely, McLennan! I was already celebrating. He's hit the inside of the post. The game's still going on. It's with Scott. Thorne had a chance there as part of this as well. Cross comes in again looking for McLennan. Can't find him. And now it comes out to Hable. That was the best spell we've had in the match. And now we've got a long throw with Scowen. Tries to find Thorne. It's actually cleared, but only as far as Bowling. It's back with Scowen again, and now Bowling again. Hughes back to Tete. Somebody get the ball into the area. Scott's the man to do that, surely. Bowling now is going to drift out wide and try and find a cross. He does drill it over, looking for McLennan, but can't find him. And this has been a good spell for us. We need to score when we're playing this well, because this is one of those times. Dagenham are clinging on as we head towards half-time. Hable runs right into one of them, though. Scowen comes across to cover. Scowen is relishing in this central midfielder role we now play him in. Took him about 3 years to be allowed to play there, but he's quite good at it. And now Scott on the left-hand side again. One more chance for a cross before half-time. Looks for McLennan at the far post. And he can't keep his header down. And we've had some good chances there. And I think we may end up living to rue them. Because despite a good 5 minutes of solid pressure, lots of chances created, good XG created, we weren't actually able to, do a goal. Goals are quite important. It's level on XG almost, but we've not started the second half the way we ended the first, have we? Come on, somebody, you got to do something. We're berating now. We've got to try everything. Do something, boys. Right, it's our highlight, theoretically, because it's starting with Jacob. They've won the ball back immediately, but now Hughes gives it to Hable. And he's got options ahead of him. He's just going to keep running and then look for that deep first-time cross. Vaughan is there. Vaughan! Thorn! Scores! I'm happy. I called him Vaughan. His name's Thorn. They sound the same. It's 1-1. That's the important thing. It's 1-1. And I think we're going to stay attacking because we've looked much better when we're actually attacking. Get the ball forward to our near 60 goal a season strike partnership. What was that? 28, 29 for Thorn. I think McLennan's already on 30. McLennan hasn't turned up today, mind, but there's still time. Right. What are we going to do here? Do we bring Niall Ennis on? Has Niall Ennis got one more in him? Niall Ennis is coming on. He was great last year, less so this year, but he's coming on one more time. We're bringing on Lowe at the back as well. For the more than anything, for the threat from the set pieces. Lowe's much more of a threat from Hughes. It does mean we don't have our covering centre back now, but I'd much rather have the three giants and hopefully do a goal while we're trying to attack. Hayball crosses in again. Thorn's there at the far post again, and he's hit the crossbar, I think. That is the crossbar. It's not going to be a corner, unfortunately. He hits the crossbar, and we are bombarding them. Right, it is a corner. It's going to be Ennis to take. How do you not beat the first man when our men are so big? Ennis to Lowe, all the way back to Bowling. We've still got the big men forward if we can get somebody to put a cross in. Tete's the biggest of them all, though, as is Devine, and we don't want him crossing, but there is the cross for Thorn. And once again, he can't keep his header down. We are knocking on the door. It feels like it might be coming. This is the closest we've ever been to getting ourselves into the promised land. Have we got something to drag us over the line? Tobin's going to come on because he's another big boy. 6'4", 6'5", whatever he is. Get all of the giants on. We just want big boys on the pitch now. And it's going to be Dagenham on the counter-attack. And if they score here, I'm going to throw up all over my microphone, which will be upsetting because it's a very expensive microphone. Oh, God, they are in. Ah. Right, come on. We need a last-minute hero. We had last-minute heroics in the playoff semi-final last year. Have we got someone who can do it for us in the final this time around? Where's Tom Best when we need him? Jacob, looking at options ahead of him, smashes it as hard as he can, looking for Thorn, doesn't find him, but Hogan's there for the follow-up, and now Bowling plays it forward to Thorn, and it's back with Thorn again, who now gives it to Tete. Tete, big ball over the top. Thorn's got him behind. Thorn's through. Thorn has scored. It's absolute chaos at the back for Dagenham, and Vaughan Thorn gets between their defender and their goalkeeper, and he's got his second of the day, his second of the final, and with less than 10 minutes to go through absolute defensive chaos, we're ahead in the playoff final. Oh, my word. It's a shambles from Dagenham, but we don't care how they go in. Offer them some praise immediately. We're ahead in a playoff final. We are fingertips away, but there's 7 minutes of time added on. Who on earth decided that? You can guarantee if we were losing, they wouldn't be adding 7 minutes, but we're just counting down the clock now, and I think we've done it. Surely we've done it. They played nearly 9 minutes in the end. I need to see the confirmation to my inbox to believe that it's true, but I think we've won a playoff and I think we've been promoted. Come on! This isn't two legs, is it? Can you imagine all that excitement and it's two legs? Oh, my word, we've been promoted. Please give me budgets that allow me to renew some contracts. Some of these boys deserve to stay at the club. I mean, it's a much bigger budget than I had. It's obviously going to be the smallest budget in the whole of the National League, but we're used to having small budgets. Is there any way we can keep Vaughan Thorn permanently? Who is he on loan from? Forest. He's out of contract in the summer. Dare we imagine if we could sign that boy permanently? It seems incredibly unlikely. But I'd love to do it. Oh, my word, we're in the National League. I didn't think it would ever happen, but we're there. And now I have to put together a squad that can go up again. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.